Hi guys, welcome to today's YouTube video. And today really is about positive thinking, negative thoughts, and what are some good affirmations you can really say to yourself when you're kind of stuck in that loop of negativity. So this weekend I did something new, and I went to a dance class, and at the studio I was at, there was a sign that just said, "Actually, I can." And for me, that really hit home, and it made me think about that's three words in a sentence that are very powerful. How many times have we been stuck in a place where we want to do something and then we get into the mantra of, "I'm not enough," "Oh my gosh, what if I fail?" "Oh, I can't do that," or, "I haven't learned," or we tend to start to overthink. I know that there are times when we all do that, and I even do it too. I think that's why this sign really hit. And when we get into negative states or negative thinking, it just takes over. And I know you guys know that negativity grows like weeds, and the minute we start on that path, we just keep going and going and going to where we're just not doing anything, right? Or we're beating ourselves up of the "I'm not enough," or "I can't do it," or we get our toes wet of "See, I tried but I failed," instead of just kind of keep going and going and going. And so a lot of times what I hear in the room with me are things like, "Well, I really want to do this thing, whatever that is, but I don't think I can," or "I was in this relationship and this person dumped me and I'm not enough," or we start to second guess or overthink, or "I really wanted this job," or "I really want to go for this job, but I don't think I'm capable," and so we start to give ourselves these messages of the things that we can't do, and then we just go down that spiral. I know that there are times in my life where I think, "Oh, I want to do this thing, but I'm afraid to fail," or I'm a self-prescribed overthinker at times. I think too much about things instead of just going with it. And so when I saw this sign of "Actually, I can," it was very simple. What if we get in the spot where we really want to do something and we start in that negative spiral and we just say, "Actually, I can," or we accept that there are going to be times when we just fail at life, and in our failures become our greatest successes, and so why not, instead of the three word sentence of "I'm not enough," we say "I can," or "Actually, I can," or we say "I am enough." We get into this place of positively affirming ourselves instead of negatively affirming ourselves. So one of the little tricks that I like to do is I tell people, and including myself, when I get in this spiral of negative thinking, I imagine a stop sign, I take a deep breath, and then I think about something positive, or I start my positive mantra. And you guys come up with that. It could be "Actually, I can." It could be "I am enough." It could be "I am strong." It could be "I accept my failures as lessons." Whatever you want it to be, think about what are the things I could tell myself instead that build me up, that allow me to learn the lessons that I'm supposed to learn, that help guide me stay on my journey, even if I think my journey is this way and I end up this way. Everything in life that we do are lessons or gifts, and I know I've talked about this before, and so why not ask ourselves, what are the lessons I'm learning today that help me move forward? And in some ways, you can even use your negative thinking as a lesson. So if I get in a spot where I'm afraid, instead of saying "Oh, I don't want to feel fear," because let's be honest, sometimes we need to be afraid, not to paralyze us, but to make us more mindful of what are the things that I need to be aware of. Or you could use fear as a reminder of what do I want to feel instead. If I'm going to go to a speaking engagement and I'm feeling some anxiety, I have two choices. Either one, to stay stuck in my anxiety, or to ask myself, it's okay to be afraid, and what do I want to feel instead? And so, for example, if I want to feel confident, then I would let my fear remind me of my confidence. And, I hope that makes sense. But sometimes we need to, instead of just suppressing our fear or our anxiety or our sadness or our grief or whatever it is, ask ourselves, well, one, it's okay to feel our feelings, and two, what do we want to feel instead? So we can use our feelings to help pivot us to what the track we want to go or what we need to learn in that moment. And that's how we learn from all of our emotions, even our negative thoughts or negative feelings, instead of, again, kind of suppressing them and stuffing them. So, actually I can is a great mantra, is a great way to really just help you in that moment take a deep breath and continue to move forward. As I've said in our videos or even in my Facebook account or Instagram, we fail. In order to really learn from our mistakes, we have to accept failure as a part of life. And nothing is perfect. Remember, I've said before, perfection equals depression. And so allowing those, negativity to really kind of say, okay, what can I do instead to learn? Instead of having these negative thoughts, how can I go from negative thought to positive and stay on course? So again, guys, I want you to remember, when a negative thought comes up, what can I say instead? And actually I can, I think is wonderful, and it's simple, but I also like I am enough. I also like, what are the lessons that I've learned today? Honoring that failures are a part of the lesson. And also, even Brene Brown talks about, we're not living life unless we're taking risk. And part of taking risk is failure. And so, in order to truly live our life, we have to kind of accept those things. And at times, remember, we're going to get caught in overthinking, and we're going to get caught in our negative thoughts. And so what can I say to myself instead that helps keep me on track? So I want you to remember, actually I can, or think of your own positive affirmations that you can give yourself. All right, guys, simplicity is key. Negativity drums up all these heavy thoughts, things that keep us paralyzed, things that keep us stuck. Positivity helps free us. Positivity doesn't mean that bad things don't happen. It does, but at times we're able to pull ourselves out quicker. We're able to learn the lesson from the things that keep us stuck or when bad things happen. And, positivity helps us continue to grow. Negativity paralyzes and keeps us stuck. So I'm going to leave you with, actually I can, I am enough. What are the lessons I'm learning today? How do I choose to live my life? All right, guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for weekly updates all about relationships, and have a beautiful day.